Everyone, I hope you're doing well. Just wanted to create some new content on this new platform. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Just going to be really simple, quick, short videos, just really explaining how you can improve your health and fitness journey still without being in the gym necessarily. You can still work from home. You can still create a good lifestyle for yourself and still achieve the goals that you still want to achieve without having to sacrifice a lot, because we go into the gym, we think we need to be exercising, we need to be correlating that with healthy eating, but that's not necessarily the case. You can still do a lot of this at home. It's still within a lot of your control. And today, during the pandemic, and with everything happening with people staying at home, these motivations and feelings of eating bad foods can be very, very difficult, and people can be on a bit of a budget as well, which can be a lot harder. So in today's video, I want to talk about 5 foods, in my opinion, that are really good superfoods that are low budget, that you should be buying your groceries each week. Because if you stock up on these and you get onto these foods and you just have these alone, this could contain enough nutrients, and it won't necessarily, it's pretty low calorie, it's pretty low budget stuff, but very high nutrient stuff. So it's going to keep your body, if you had to survive, staying at home without any kind of food, if you get these food into your body, it'll last you so well, and you'll be so much more durable and stronger from these foods. In my opinion, this is what I think. So I want to share that with you guys today. So let's get started with it. The first food I want to share with you guys is low Fodmap fruit. So low Fodmap fruit is essentially fruits that are low in specific carbohydrates that irritate or inflame your digestive or gastrointestinal wall. So these low Fodmap fruits include things like pineapple or kiwis or papayas or even berries. They're great. So I'm just going to share my screen really quickly right here. So low Fodmap fruits. So just this article here on PubMed, you guys can read and check this out yourself. But if you read these through, low fermented oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, polyols, or FODMAPs can have an effect on irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, right? So we aim to determine the effect of low FODMAP diets on long-term gastrointestinal patients. So they did a study, and what they found essentially is that it helped with things like improving their fatigue, their anxiety, depression, and increasing their happiness and vitality overall. So the data support a wide range of benefits with IBS patients consuming a low FODMAP diet. So that's just one thing that shows. Now, essentially, low FODMAP only affects those people with gastrointestinal issues. But what we're finding is many people are experiencing some sort of gastrointestinal issues, whether they're having loose stools or constipations, or whether they eat certain foods and they don't agree with them. They're finding that that they're going to have some sort of issues. So investing in low FODMAP fruit is going to be really good for you. Moving on to number 2, really quickly, guys, I'll share my screen and continue that. Next up, we're going to talk about sardines. So sardines, or any kind of like mackerel or herring or any kind of canned sardines, are going to be super amazing for you. I highly recommend them for you. They're really cheap. You can buy them in the supermarket. They've got a good long shelf life as well, and they're perfectly safe and healthy as well for you. So let's look into this. No, that's not it. Let me where's my slide? So over here, it's very high in omega-3s. So they're anti-inflammatory for your body. Very, very good. So things like salmon, obviously are more on the expensive side, but things like, if you look at this little picture that I've sourced up from the internet, shellfish, anything that are high in shellfish, all these kind of foods like crabs and all these, very high in zinc, very, very good for you. Very high in omega-3s as well, which is essentially going to be very good for your brain. It's going to be good for your cardiovascular health as well, and it's going to be very good for your overall your body. So the reason why is because we need more omega-3s than omega-6s in our body. We get a lot of these from like grains and all these other foods that we eat on a daily basis, but we don't actually get enough omega-3s. I think I read from my research we're getting actually we should be getting 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 omega-6s to omega-3s. Might have that the other way around, but what we're finding is that it's in fact 20 to 1 ratio instead of a 3 to 1 ratio. So the discrepancy is really huge, and it just goes to show that we're not getting enough omega-3s in our diet. So if you look at something like mackerel, tuna, or sardines, they're the top 10 or so ratio milligrams in omega-3. So they're very quite high. And then we go down to things like crayfish, yellowfin tuna, or cod, a lot lower. So as you can see, all these kind of sardines and all these kind of things are really good for you, and I highly recommend that you invest and look into that. All right. So next up. The next food we're going to talk about is seaweed. So seaweed, again, you can find from your local health food store. Really super. Hang on, sorry guys. Really super easy. Really, really good for you. Portable, really quick and easy. You can just buy from any kind of shops you can find at most health food shops. Just got to be careful that they don't contain MSG or monosodium glutamate in them. You just want the organic, clean ones from your store, okay? So they can be good as they're, from this research, it shows it's antiviral, anti-cancer, anticoagulant, which means it helps blood flow and circulation in the body. So people suffering strokes or heart attacks and things like that, that can be really good for you, helping modulate gut health and risk factors for obesity and diabetes as well. So yeah, seaweed's another superfood, really add in, really good for you. Good sense of amino acids, vitamins A, B, C, and E. So yeah, you guys can have a look at these. Obviously, I'm sharing my screen, so all the references are over here. Seaweed is the third best food on a budget that I highly recommend. Okay, next up, let's talk about dark green leafy vegetables. Very high in magnesium, very nutrient dense as well. So if you can get a lot of dark vegetables in, highly recommend it. They can be things like collard, turnip greens, spinach, all those kind of dark leafy greens, kale, all these things going to be really, really good. High magnesium, which is essential for one of the body's minerals, calming the central nervous system, helping blood flow and contractions in the muscles and things like that, helping with breast tenderness and any period issues in females, migraines and issues like that. There's been some good research to show that these magnesiums can really help the body. There's a good book called The Magnesium Miracle by I think her name's Caroline Dean. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but really good book. I highly recommend that. So magnesium, really, really good for the body as well. Where are we? Yeah. So yeah, just goes through a whole heap of foods that contain magnesium, but that's something you want to be looking for in your grocery list, something that's quite high in magnesium, and that's good for your body there, guys. So the last thing we'll talk about is just water. So we want to know that water's essentially free and very good for you as well. You want to be drinking at least 2 to 3 liters of water per day. That's based off your body weight though, so there is a formula that you want to try and calculate. The best way is to go 0.033 multiplied by your body weight in kilograms, and that will give you a rough guide of how much water you should be consuming each day. Obviously, you want to purify your water as well, so you don't want any kind of the chemicals and all those things that's running through your tap. You want to try and have good, clean, pure water base and drinking enough for your body as well. So that's free, that's low budget, guys. So they're the 5 top things. I hope you enjoyed them. Sorry if I went through them really quickly. This is my first kind of video that I'm putting back on YouTube for a while, so hopefully I get better at these kind of videos, a lot more smoother as we go on. So I hope you enjoy that. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you got some good value out of it, and we'll speak to you guys soon. Peace.